Hi, everybody. We're going to talk about Hellcat #1, which is written by Kate Leth of Adventure Time fame, and it has art by Brittney Williams, who you might be familiar with because of her work on Lumberjanes. Everybody knows Adventure Time and Lumberjanes are pretty lighthearted comic books with comedic overtones, and this series is absolutely in that category as well. The most surprising thing about Hellcat for me was that it was really funny, and I guess that's not surprising given that Kate Leth and Brittney Williams are working on it, but it is surprising if you take into consideration that most people are going to be coming at Hellcat fresh off of the Jessica Jones Netflix series, which is very serious, very grim, and very dark. And obviously, Patsy Walker on that series is a somewhat different character. She doesn't necessarily have superpowers on the Netflix show. But this comic book is taking into account her very long history as a Marvel character. And it is somewhat incorporating into canon some of the very, very old Patsy Walker comic books. And that continuity sort of spills over into this series in an interesting way. But overall, I would say that the most striking aspect of this comic is that it's really funny and the stakes are really low in a charming way. Patsy meets a new character whose name is Ian Sue, and he's going by the name Telekinesian because he has telekinetic powers. He's an inhuman. And she catches Ian in the act of committing his first crime. And she realizes that he's not cut out for a life of crime and helps him reverse the damage of what he did. And the two of them become fast friends. They become friends so quickly that it's kind of unrealistic and it feels a little bit like a kid's comic. It's worth noting that the creators of the comic have stipulated that they see this as an all ages comic, although it's rated teen. It feels sort of appropriate for kids and it's really fun and it has a really charming lesson. Just to give you a sense of the kind of humor that's included in the comic, at one point, Patsy says something about how she doesn't like refrigerators. And I don't know if that's a reference to the women in refrigerators trope or not, or perhaps it's a really deep dive into Patsy Walker canon that I'm not familiar with. And somebody could tell me if she has a beef with refrigerators that I don't know about. But anyway, I thought that might be sort of a lampshade moment. So there are some pretty funny jokes in this comic. So don't go in expecting it to be as dark as Jessica Jones. It's definitely a very old school look at Patsy Walker's life in that it's taking in sort of the comedic bent of her stories in her past and also looking at them with fresh eyes. Overall, I really enjoyed reading it, even though it completely wasn't what I expected at all. So yeah, I hope you all check it out and have a good laugh at Hellcat #1. Cool. See you next time.